be seated. I'm Jennifer Cunningham, and I work here at the Star Center, and I'd just like to welcome you all here this afternoon. Today we are here to recognize accomplishments of some really great people over here on the front row with us who have worked really hard recently to get where they are today. I think I speak for the entire staff here at the Star Center that we have enjoyed working alongside and walking alongside each of these individuals as they have worked really hard to realize a greater potential in themselves. I guess as we get started, I know we have several board members here. If some of our Star Center board members would please stand up. And then if the staff members of the Star Center would please stand up. I just want to say that it's important for each of us in life to remember that as we work along and we work towards our goals, that it's important to sort of step back and be proud and to celebrate each step along the way as we work towards our goals. So I just am glad that we're here today to celebrate those steps along the way, whether you're completed with your training or whether you're moving on to do bigger and better things. Just be proud and let's celebrate today and just enjoy our time together, and we're glad that all of you could attend.
Welcome, everyone. Let us pray. Most gracious and heavenly Father, we thank you first of all for your Son, Jesus Christ. We thank you for this beautiful day you've given us. We thank you for this opportunity to come together and to share in the accomplishments of our clients here at the Star Center. Just ask that you walk along beside them as they continue down their road to work, maybe to further training, wherever they may be headed. Lord, we just ask that you go with them, lead, guide, direct their paths. Help us to always remember and be there for them as well. Just thank you for the many blessings that you share every day with us here at the Star Center, and how we see you working in the lives of our staff and our clients each day to get them to that point where they are happy and successful. Lord, we just thank you again for your many blessings and ask that you continue to keep your hedge of protection around all of our clients in the center. In Jesus' name, amen.
Good afternoon. My name is Vicki Pate, for anybody who doesn't know, and I have the honor of introducing our speaker today. Star Center has an amazing board of directors. They do so much for the Star Center. They give up their time, their resources. They give physically helping out events. Our speaker today has been involved with the Star Center for many, many years. He joined the board of directors in 2005 and has been serving faithfully ever since that time. He has for the past almost 2 years, served as vice chair alongside our board of directors chairman, Mr. Sam Harris, who is here today. And in July, he will assume the role of our next board of director chairman. So if you would, help me to welcome our speaker today. This is Chairman and CEO of the Bank of Jackson, Mr. Gary Grisham.
Can I lay something on this laptop? Will that hurt anybody's feelings? Vicki, thank you for those kind remarks. You said many, many years. Others have described that as too many years. But it actually goes back beyond 2005. I think that is what the official records say, but Margaret enlisted me soon after I came to Jackson in 1990. And my first visit to the Star Center was on the campus of Lambuth University. So that was probably in the early 90s, probably 1990, 91. And then in 94, of course, we moved to Lynn Oak, and then I don't remember the exact year, Mabel, that we moved out here. When was that? 04, 05? Yeah. Okay. What a glorious occasion this is, and I'm delighted to be able to spend just a few minutes with you. I have done events like this in the past where commencement exercises take place, and I get it. I know I'm not the main event, and my comments will be respectfully brief, but I do want to leave the graduates today with just a couple of thoughts. And you might want to listen for those. They're about goal setting and about fear and doubt. So just listen for those as we get to that point. On behalf of the entire board of directors of Star Center, again, Mr. Harris, our chairman, has already been recognized. Let me just say how proud we are of each of the graduates today. This is one of our fundamental values, ready to work at the Star Center. One of the oldest programs that we have in the center is this program. Thank you for being a part of this. It is what we stand for in many respects, ready to work. I love what that says. I love what it stands for. And again, thank each of you for being a part of the program. Graduation is a time of excitement. It's a time of celebration. It's a time to recognize achievement, and it's a time of reflection. Yes, you should feel very excited about being here today. We're not giving out graduation certificates. You have earned those certificates through what you've done with the program. Not everyone makes it to this point. I am told that of the 500 participants over the years, about 60% make it to graduation. So you should be very, very proud of your accomplishment. It's my hope that somewhere along the way you set a personal goal of being here today, of graduating. Goal setting will be a valuable tool in your working career and in all walks of life. Achieving your goals makes the wins a little sweeter, and it makes the successes a little more satisfying. Goal setting can be as formal as writing down your goals and then tracking them as you progress, or as simple as making up your mind that you want to accomplish something and being honest with yourself about your efforts to get there. Like anything, goal setting takes practice. I highly recommend it, and I strongly suggest you make it a part of your daily routine. Now, let me wrap up with something regarding reflection. You know, we talked about reflection earlier. Closing one door and looking for another door to open. What's behind that next door? Who or what is standing in my way? That can be a little scary for anyone. Two things, fear and doubt. My favorite baseball announcer was Jack Buck. Many of you old-timers in here will recognize that name. Jack Buck used to say a walk followed by a home run is a bad combination. Well, that's exactly what fear and doubt is. It is a bad combination. Satan is the author of fear and doubt. He wants us to be afraid of what's behind that next door. He wants us to question our capabilities and how others will perceive us. Go back with me to your Sunday school days. Back 2,700 years ago, In the Old Testament, we have the story of Elisha. Elisha was the prophet of God to the nation of Israel, and Ben-Hadad was the king of Syria. And Ben-Hadad was at war with the nation of Israel, and he was always picking on Israel, but he never could nail them down. Frustrated, he called in his generals and said, "Why and how is this happening? Why can't our more powerful army defeat the nation of Israel?" And the generals reported that Israel had a prophet of God reporting their every move. The king called for Elisha's head. Now Elisha at the time was in a city by the name of Dothan. Dothan is surrounded by mountains. That very night, the whole army, the whole Syrian army, camped out in those mountains, waiting for daybreak until they could go attack the city and find Elisha. Early the next morning, Elisha's servant went outside, came running back inside and said, "Master, Master, what shall we do?" Of course, Elisha already knew what was out there. He knew the entire Syrian army was there. These were Elisha's comments. "Fear not. There are more for us than there are against us." And then Elijah went to the Lord and prayed that his servant's eyes would be opened so that he could see them. So the servant went back outside. He looked up, and in those mountains surrounding the Syrian army were the Lord's army of chariots of fire that were going to protect Elisha and the city of Dothan. So their eyes, the servant's eyes, were opened. God has always provided for and protected his own, and he still does so today. It's my prayer for you that God will open your eyes to see that there are more for us than there are against us. Good luck to each of you, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming and being with us today to honor and celebrate those that are here today, that we are honoring the 2019 honorees. I have the privilege of working very closely with them throughout their time here at STAR. And so without further ado, Angela Kirkland. Angela attended training to become better equipped with the office clerical computer skills. She described training as difficult but good. She said she learned some valuable information about the computer, and she said advice she would give to future clients that will be coming in after her. She said to come in with a friendly and respectful attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, Angela Kirkland. Ashley Laughinghouse. Ashley also came to training for office clerical type work. She described training as both easy and hard, but it has overall been helpful. She states she's learned a lot on the computer, and the advice she would like to give to future clients is to be on time. Ashley Laughinghouse. Bridget has been coming to training to learn a screen reader so that she can become more efficient with using the computer. She states that this has been a new experience. It's been challenging but rewarding. She says that she's learned a lot how to navigate through the computer through her new circumstances. And she said she would advise others to have patience when first starting out, to keep trying, and you will eventually get it. So, Bridget Anderson. Matthew Nagy. Matthew has been coming to refresh his skills on computer applications. He describes training as helpful, good, and resourceful. He says he's learned a lot about the way that computers work, and his advice to future clients is to try your hardest. Matthew Nagy. Nick Brantley. Nick came to training to learn the Dragon program software. He described training as both helpful and challenging, but he was able to get through it. He states the most valuable thing he learned in training are helpful troubleshooting techniques and how to work the computer. His advice to future clients is to have patience, stay focused, and listen to the instructor. Nick Brantley. Robert Thompson. Robert came to training for computer applications. He described the program as methodical, all-encompassing, and broadening. He states that the most valuable thing he's learned in training are learning the tips and tricks he didn't know. It also taught him to slow down and pay closer attention. His advice to future clients is to invest fully in the program, give it your all, and you will benefit from it. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Thompson. Stanton Graham. Stan came to the Star Center last year and has been working hard on his computer training. He officially wrapped up training yesterday morning, and next week we'll actually be moving to North Carolina, where he's accepted a position with the Industries for the Blind. When asked to describe training in 3 words, he said, "I got one." He said, "It left me enlightened." He went on to explain that this experience has been one of the most positive experiences he's been a part of, and he said that he is going to get to North Carolina and do us proud.
Aww.
That news you already have. So his advice to future clients coming behind him is to come here with an open mind like I did, and take a chance because it's worth it. Stanton Graham. Byers. Terry attended training to up his computer skills for computer applications. When asked to describe training in 3 words, he says he learned a lot. He says the most valuable thing he learned while coming to training is a lot about Microsoft Office that he wasn't aware of before. And his advice to future clients is to make sure your phone is off, make sure you're on time, and to listen to your teacher. Terry Byers. As I stand here and look out at everyone, I can't help but being with pride over those of the accomplishments you've made thus far. And to the 2019 honorees, I wanted to say congratulations, bravo, you did it. Now on to the next chapter of your life. It won't be all cherries and roses, but keep thinking positive and work through any strife. Each time we move on to something different, we sometimes hold our expectations high. Try not to be disappointed, but see all the good. So you'll be strong and we can watch you fly. Your accomplishments are an amazing thing. You stuck with it and showed that you can. Many people are excited and impressed. I can't forget how you made me a fan. I wish you all the very best in your future. May it be everything you want and need. I see great things to come your way. You have what it takes to succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the 2019 honorees.
The frontline person that you got to know very well, that several of you referenced, was the teacher. We call her Paige, but I just left a band concert for my daughter who's going into the 6th grade. I don't know if the last time you heard 4th and 5th graders and a few 6th graders play band instruments. I love her, and they did a great job. After that, they sang a song, and the name of the song was The Old Oak Tree. And the reason that that song is important is Paige was on the front line. Behind Paige are all of these other individuals that starred, many of whom y'all have already interacted with. Behind them is me, and behind me are folks like Gary Grisham, standing here as the members of our board. And so when things get tough, I want you to remember that standing behind you, supporting you, are all of these people that I know of, and there's a whole bunch more that are here because you invited them to be here. They're standing behind you too. You are the reason we get up every day and do what we do. If you don't succeed, we don't succeed. But here's what I know. Inside of each one of you is a success path and a success plan. Gary eloquently laid out what that looks like, and that's not our vision, that's God's vision of everyone that He creates. I'm going to ask Ray to come forward and lead us in a closing prayer. I moved from one end of the hallway last year to the other end of the hallway. And let me just tell you, this group of graduates, because of my proximity to where you come every day, I've had an opportunity to interact with each and every one of you. I'm grateful for that chance. Right?
Let us pray. Most gracious and Heavenly Father, again, we thank you for your precious Son, Jesus Christ. For without Him, none of this would be possible. Just thank you for each and every graduate that is represented here today, each and every family member, all members of the Star Center, our vocational rehabilitation counselors, Lord. Without them, none of this would be possible. They really put all in all into every client, providing them with every service that they can. Lord, we just thank you again for this day, for the many blessings that you share with us on a daily basis. Go with us as we turn down a new path toward work or success, whatever may come first. Lord, we just thank you too, that you watch over us and that you notice every step we take and you care about us. In Jesus' name, amen.